Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? Hope you had a great week this past week. In this video, I want to talk about my analysis for three USD pairs, and that is the USD CAD, the USD Swiss franc, and the USDJPY. I will be starting off with the USD CAD from the weekly time frame and work my way down to the 4-hour time frame. And just to quickly show you what has been happening in the market and what I'm expecting to happen in the long run as well. Starting from the weekly time frame, we can see that price has hit a resistance area around the 1.389 region. That's this zone, this resistance zone there that has been tested previously. You can see 1, 2, and then tested there again, and then continue to move to the downside. So it is within this sort of range here at the moment, and what I'm expecting is for price to continue this move all the way back down to support level around the 1.315 area, right? So broadly speaking, that's looking at it from the broad perspective. This is what I'm expecting price to continue to fall. But the question is, how do we capitalize on this bearish move, and when can we enter the market? So looking at the weekly time frame, this is our broad view of what we're expecting. Going down into the daily time frame, we can see that I already took this trade sometime last week, and the reason for this trade I will tell you is the formation of the head and shoulder pattern. So if you trace it from here, you can see the left shoulder, and then that's the head, and then you can go down to the right shoulder forming there, and then when price broke through the neck, expecting price to go all the way down. So this was the reason for me taking this trade, and so that's the pattern I see forming. And then this area here I've marked as my take profit, because you can see the wick in this area. There is support level there, and it is possible that if price gets down to this point here, we see a price reaction to push price back up, or price could break it and then continue further into this zone, or price could react, bounce up here initially, then break to the downside. But overall, from the weekly time frame, I am expecting price to continue to the downside into this 1.315 zone. Yeah, so that's what we're looking at, and currently I am in this sell trade, and I will take my profit at the 1.342 area. So if we go down further to the 4-hourly time frame, so you can see that is where I'm taking my trade, my take profit, right? And if we trace this, so there is one here, and there could be another one here as well. As we can see, price testing it there. Yeah, so as we can see, price reactions over here. Breakthrough, come back to retest that level. And then again, testing this area here. Right. So price could break through. I will take my take profit here, but I reckon price could extend all the way down to this point here. So just in case. And if we trace this all the way back as well, we can see that, yeah, that price has been reacting to that level, even since earlier in the year, right? So since earlier in the year, price has been testing that area, and we just keep going through, and then one more time I'm expecting price to retest that area again. So essentially this would be our area to look out for in the coming weeks or days. in the sense that once price continues its lower highs and lower lows up to this area, when price gets to this area, there could be a significant reaction here to push price back up, as I mentioned earlier, before price starts coming down, or price could break this level here and then continue the down move back into this zone, where I'm into this support level there that has been tested several times, as we saw on the weekly time frame over here. Right, so how do we take our trade? So I would say if you are in this sell trade, excellent, break even now. Just watch your trade play out until it gets to our take profits. So when price gets to the 1.338 area, that's where we need to watch out for. If price breaks that area, depending on how price breaks it. So if that area breaks strongly through with a very strong bullish bearish candle, so maybe like an engulfing candle, so something like this, a red color of that. Okay, so that's this sort of strong candlestick here, but with a red color. If it breaks through, then rather than I normally wouldn't wait for the retest. If that sort of candle breaks through, I will just quickly enter my sell trade once that candle closes, put my take profit above the high of that candle, and then taking my take profit just where I want it to be. Okay, but if on the other hand, when price breaks that area, it doesn't break it strongly, you just see price gradually creeping down through that area. What I do is usually to wait for a retest back into that level there and look for a sell trade there and take my sell opportunities all the way down. Okay, so that is how I'm going to trade this USDCAD here. So overall, my bias for USDCAD is a sell. I am currently in a sell now. I will wait for that trade to play out, and then once price get into the level that we expect it to get to, then I will be looking for my trade there. So all you can do now is just wait, just put it as part of your watch list, and just keep waiting to see how price reacts to that level. And when price gets there, be prepared to take your trade. All right. So next, I'm going to talk about my analysis for USD Swiss franc, and again, I'll start off with the weekly time frame and work my way down to the 4-hour time frame. So as you can see, this chart is more or less a naked chart. I haven't looked at this pair at all, so we're just going to analyze it together from the beginning, and I'll just take you step by step as to how I analyze my charts. So what I'm going to do is first identify the support level, or the key support areas on the weekly time frame. So you can see there is one here that has been tested previously in the past, and just identify those key zones really where we have seen price reaction. So you can see here the price didn't close below that level, rather just from the week, and the candlestick ended up closing above that area, and then same thing here as well. So that's identifying our key support area on the weekly time frame. Next is to identify our key resistance area. So key resistance area would probably be here. That will be one of them on the weekly time frame. That will be at the 1.03 area, and then the support at the 0.856 area. Next is to identify more smaller resistance and support area as well. You can do that on the weekly time frame or on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, you can see there is an area here. I wouldn't say it's a very strong area, but there is still something there that we can identify, and probably expect to see a bit of reaction anytime price gets to that level. So I will just map that out, although the one on top is a stronger level compared to this one, but I'll still mark this one out. Next is to identify also another resistance point here. So all these areas are just areas where I can see price has reacted to previously in the past. So this area here is one of them. So even if you move this all the way here, we can see that there has been a reaction here, and there was one here as well before price ended up breaking that level. Came back to retest it when price got into that zone, couldn't break it, bounced to the upside, and then came back here, tested it twice before breaking through that area. And once price broke through, came back to retest it once, twice here, and then the third time here again. So these are key areas, very, very key areas that we are looking for. So we would expect that anytime price enters into this area here or gets to this zone here, there will be a major reaction. The major reaction could be price breaking through that area strongly, or price possibly bouncing off that area. So those are sort of the reactions that we are looking for when price gets into that zone. So the next step now is looking at the price direction. We can see that price has been bearish, going to moving to the downside quite strongly. So we'll just keep moving, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. We can see that price did try to break this previous high here, but got just around that level there from this, and now this I would say higher low, but then it ended up breaking it again. So I'm expecting price to continue all the way down here. This is what I am looking at on the daily time frame at the moment for USD Swiss franc. So essentially, with this pair, I won't rush to trade it as of yet. I will wait for price to get to this key, and this key support level as well is on the key support level on the weekly time frame, which makes it a very strong area. So I will wait for price to get down there and see how price reacts. So whether price bounces from that area to the upside, or whether price breaks through. If price gets to this level and gives me a very good buy signal on the daily time frame especially, then this is a strong indication that price will move to the upside and you should be looking to buy. However, if on the daily time frame there is a strong break through this area, then most likely we're looking to sell. Already my bias for USD is a sell, generally speaking, but then again we'll just wait for price to get into that 0.856 zone before reacting. And if we go even lower to the 4-hourly time frame, we can see that support level there, tested several times, and then price coming back down to that area to test it. On the 4-hour time frame, I can identify another key area in case you don't want to wait for price to get to this 0.857 area. You can see that there is an area here on the 4-hour time frame where we can expect to see price reactions. Okay, and if we look closely at that area, we can see price testing it here. You can see that there is a reaction here as well. There was another reaction here when price got into that area, and now price got there, quickly bounced off it. You can see that there was a retracement because there were some sellers here, no buyers here, and then tried to push price to the upside, but we can see sellers pushing through. So given how strong this sell move is, and the sell move has been for a while, I am expecting this area to break and price breaking below this. So if that happens, I will be looking for a retest to enter a sell trade down to this level where we expect it to go to the 0.85 area. So essentially, this will be my trade for USD Swiss franc coming week. A sell when price breaks through that support level, and when price goes to retest it, that will be a resistance area now, and then we'll just take price all the way down to this zone. So we're looking roughly at about 100 pips on that move. So If you're looking to trade USD Swiss franc, this is a good opportunity that you can capitalize on for the time being, and that's what I can see on the market. So just make sure that you have very good risk management for this trade. So just like USDCAD, USD Swiss franc is also a sell for me. And lastly, just gonna go through my analysis for USD JPY, Japanese yen, and I'll go through the weekly time frame. I'll work my way down to the 4-hour time frame. Right. So on the weekly time frame, we can see we have already identified this support, this resistance area here where price tested twice, and it looks like price is starting to form this sort of M-shaped pattern on the weekly time frame. Right. So this more or less supports my theory that USD is quite weak at the moment and moving to the downside. On the other hand, JPY is quite strong at the moment as well. And if you correlate that with fundamentals, you realize that that is what is happening as well. So now that we've identified that price is moving towards the downside, how do we capitalize, or how do we enter the market in this case? So on the daily time frame, we can see again price moving to the upside, coming from the sort of double top pattern, and then from its lower highs and lower lows and continue to the downside. I am expecting price to head down towards this 144.8 area. Again, just like we've done in the previous charts, we can easily see that those areas are key areas that price has really tested previously. So we can see that there. So twice in the last few months, and now or in the last year or so, and now we're expecting price to come back down into that zone. So that's what I am looking at. So generally we're expecting a sell basically to continue down into the zone at least, and that is almost more than 200 pips move. So we can also capitalize on that 200 pip move if we're not already in the sell. So how do we do that? We go to the 4-hour time frame. We see if we can identify any key areas on that 4-hour time frame where we can pick ours, where we can take sell trades. There is an area where we can capitalize on, but then again, for me, it is not very concrete because of the way USDJPY moves. It's not very smooth as you would expect it to. So even though I'm expecting a sell trade for this, personally, I will stay off. Although this can still be traded. How so? Identify the nearest support and resistance area. So the nearest support area is this one that we can see here. All right. Which price has gotten to. So all we need to do is see how price reacts to that zone there. We can see the nearest support or the nearest resistance, sorry, is just somewhere here. It's like a sell zone where price got into and sold, and this is like a buy zone here. So if price more or less breaks through this area here, we can wait for a retest, and then we can take our sell trade to the zone that we're expecting price to get to. That is the 144.8 area. So this is one way that you can trade the USDJPY, just like we identified for the USD Swiss franc. Once this support area is broken, we'll wait for every test there, and then we can pick our sell trade as well. But you just have to be very careful, because of the way USDJPY moves. If you're not confident in trading it, you can stay off. But I am expecting price to continue to the downside, and this is about a 170 pip. So this is one that we can capitalize on as well. So this has been my analysis for the three USD pairs: USDCAD, USD Swiss franc, and USDJPY. All my buyers are pushing towards the sell side, and those are the opportunities I'll be looking for in the coming week. So thank you very much for watching. I know it's been a very long video, but thank you for staying throughout. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe for more analysis videos, and if you like the video, kindly leave a like as well. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great week ahead. Peace.
You know just what you do to me. Play my emotions like a pair of puppet strings.